I think me personally, when we talk about the playoffs, I think everyone thinks NASCAR hates the 36. There's one person at least that is for 36 races. I am. I think, and that my mind has changed considerably. At the beginning of the year, I would have said, no, I think we need a playoff. After hearing a lot of discussions and arguments for it, I think my mind has changed. It changes every day because I think yesterday was way more interesting because of the playoffs. I think Charlotte was way more interesting because of the playoffs. So now maybe I've kind of swung the pendulum the other way. But
make up your mind, NASCAR.
I know.
Well, the in-season tournament spiced things up.
Well, that did too. Yeah. Absolutely. So I think where my head is at on the star power, if I think the 36 race season without playoffs would really, really help star power because there's two reasons. And I know, Freddie, you said you're not going to talk about playoff formats ever again. But,
I'd like to, but it's unavoidable. I'm proud.
Yeah, I know. So like here's my thought is like if say it's William Byron leading the points every single week and he's running away with it, TV has to talk about William Byron every single week. So either I think one of two things are going to happen. One, you're like, this guy is a stud. I had no idea how awesome he was. Or you're like, screw this guy. I am so tired of hearing him. I now hate William Byron. But if an emotion is
either way, yes,
is fired up on you, that's great. And then two, the winning in, I think, and the winner in advance, and OD talked about this a little bit too with the Daytona 500 winner. You know, you talk about him winning the playoffs, but he just won the 500. That doesn't seem right. But he does think that winning. I think there are moves being made because of the winner in advance, winning in, and talked about, you know, Blaney has done it 2 years in a row at Martinsville, and now he has to do it again, and that's awesome. But you know, I look at what Blaney did at New Hampshire. Blaney wins at New Hampshire. TV doesn't have to talk about him now for 2 races. So our biggest star, top 5 for sure. Our numbers from NASCAR.com. I think he's number 1. Whenever Blaney wins, it gets the most traffic, and now he is a non-story for 2 races, which hurts his star power too. So.
Yeah, we talked about it down here, like the week, you know, he wins New Hampshire and then wrecked in practice. And I'm like, that's a major story if he's not locked into the next round already, you know, like, you know, so, and the thing that I think hurts sometimes too is, you know, we get to these cutoff races and the conversation isn't even about the guys that have been dominating all year. It's about the guys that's 12th in points. You know, look at this group that's battling for 12th in points or 8th in points. You know, and I think that, you know, you take attention away from the guys that have been the top 3 or 4. The guys that have the Byrons, the Blaneys, the Denny's, Larson. You know, the guys that have been kind of the fastest guys that are dominating all year. You're not talking about them because you're talking about, oh, look at this 2-point battle. But
hold on a second. Our issue. My biggest issue as a car owner back then is I had no firepower to go into a sponsor and say you were going to get TV time. Nothing. I didn't have any, because we were running 21st to 28th every week. No one was talked about. When the format was first set, it kind of gave us all, hey, you know, we have a chance if we sneak in a win. Now we're going to get talked about. So, yeah, I mean, yes, Ryan Blaney. What happens if Ryan Blaney runs bad for 2-3 weeks? The TV's not going to talk about him anyway, right? If there was a 36 race playoff, right? If he's having a rough week, the camera,
I'm totally with you.
So
that's why it's such a hard decision.
You know, you can't. It's a whole. It's a balancing act, right? No matter what we're going to do, people are going to get talked about or not in different situations during the race. I don't think any of that matters, to be honest with you.